It is Clutch Chronicles' first live stream because YouTube deems us old enough to do so.
Nice.
Thank you, YouTube. Our little account is growing up. Uh, I hope that oh, whoops. Ha! Ha! Whoops. That's funny. Um, I really, really hope that people can hear. I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. I can. All right, cool.
All right.
All right, so shoot, man. What do you think? What do you think about the NFL draft? I don't know. I think that's the biggest thing that's happening right now.
Yeah, it just finished up. I mean, everyone's talking about Shador. I'm kind of sick of it, but
You know what, man? I am. I'm not sick of it. I'm not sick of it at all. All right. I'm sick of all the discourse around it.
hmm
It's utter and complete. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. It's utter and complete bullshit, if you ask me.
hmm
uh, there's so many people who are bringing in things. It's everywhere. It's talking heads. It's people, regular people. It's people like us, just bringing in things that don't need to be brought into it.
hmm
If you look, it, and it's like for someone like me, if you come in and you're like, hey, it's about this reason. Or in the case of Stephen A, you're trying to blackball an NBA an NFL family, whatever. No,
hmm
it's about this. It's about character. And the fact that and the fact that there was another guy, Blake, who played for the Browns just a little bit, way way back, not that a little bit back, Johnny Manziel.
hmm
And I tell you what, man, if Shadur was in the draft class of Johnny Manziel, Shadur's going to drop just as far as Johnny Manziel did. And if Johnny Manziel is in this QB class, he's going to drop just as far as Shadur did.
hmm
Because their character, both of them, it's absolute garbage.
Yes. Arrogant, entitled.
And for anybody who's getting up in arms right now, let's take it way back to Joe Namath. Joe Namath was considered cocky and his character wasn't great and extremely talented. What happens? Well, the NFL didn't necessarily care that much back then about a prospect's attitude. So he gets drafted where he does. You put Joe Namath in the 2025 draft, and that guy's falling. It doesn't matter how talented he is. And if you put Shadur way, way back, he's not going to fall. He's going to be drafted right where his talent is.
hmm
And Shadur Sanders is a first to third round talent, depending on what your team needs.
I would definitely put him third.
A lot of
Here's
teams didn't need quarterback this year.
this is my take on it. Shador is overly confident, and I think that is part of being raised with a legend like his father. I think he's good. I don't know if he's first round or second round good. I was surprised he didn't go in the third round. Um,
Yeah, I thought he was falling
but
to the Steelers, to be completely honest.
yeah, it's like what you said though. Character, I think, played a lot in this. He had terrible interviews, from what we've been told, anyways. And why would a team want to do that to themselves? Why
Yeah,
get this
exactly.
arrogant quarterback who really hasn't proved to be that amazing of a player? I mean, he did okay in college, but he's no Cam Ward,
Yeah,
definitely
he's
not.
not
And
Cam Ward.
I think this it's got to be embarrassing for him. So I think it might have humbled him a little bit, and probably for the best. I do think that the whole prank call thing, that was a bit too far.
Oh,
That's a
absolutely. You can't do
that's a
that.
dick move.
You can't do
He's
that to someone.
he's already embarrassed enough. Like that's fucking
See, I don't think it's embarrassment. I don't think he's embarrassed. I think and I don't know, I'm not in the NFL, but if I, worked my entire life basically to get to the
Hmm.
NFL and I'm drafted, it, people are
Hmm.
still watching in the fifth round.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and I dogged on him so bad for mentioning Tom Brady. But if
Hmm.
Tom Brady, if he would have fallen to the sixth round, you legitimately could say, well, do you know who else fell to the sixth round?
Hmm.
If he fell to the seventh, well, you know who else fell to the seventh? Brock Purdy.
Hmm.
I think he was humbled, but I don't think he's embarrassed. I mean, he was pretty public on social media during this whole thing, and he did
Yeah.
say, that things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I believe, I both wholeheartedly believe that he's serious. Um, I think it humbled him, but I do think he's actually a good match with the Browns.
Yeah. We'll see. I want him to prove me wrong.
I mean,
That's
time will tell, and
I don't think he's
that's
that
gonna
good.
happen
I don't
for all
think he's gonna
prospects.
be I don't think he's gonna be this legendary quarterback. But again, prove me wrong.
We I am gonna before moving on because there's so many players, so many great players that were picked. I am gonna say one more thing about it. When you go from what you're yeah, sure, you're falling, but there's no reason at all that Tyler Shuck got selected first before you. There's no reason. There's no reason for it. Now I understand that the team thought that he was a good match, but like at that point, I did consider that a slap in the face.
Hmm.
That did kind of seem like we need a quarterback, but in that moment we are kind of showing you,
Yeah.
which sucked,
Hmm.
which sucked. Um, but and then the one more thing that sucked, you had the Browns trading down, getting a pretty good haul,
Hmm.
and they could have had Travis Hunter. And then maybe their plan all along was to pick Shedeur at some point. That would
Yeah.
have been amazing. Joe
Yeah. I
Burrow
can see
and Jamar Chase,
that. Hmm.
Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now see TikTok. See, it's a well-formed opinion. It's all encompassing. You don't jump to conclusions. Anyways.
So the Browns have a pretty interesting QB room though,
Oh yeah.
with Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, who I do think is exceptionally better than Shador. I really don't see Shador starting anytime soon in the next couple of years, unless freak injuries happen or some crazy trades.
See, I do think he's better than I do think he's better than that. He I think that he is going to sit, but my hope is that this spurs the okay, so quarterbacks sit for a year behind a veteran
Hmm.
because that needs to come back. So maybe that's a good thing. But no, man, come on. He sits behind Flacco.
Yeah.
He sits behind Flacco unless the preseason says otherwise. They're not going to cut him, that's for sure.
No.
They got another guy who's not even going to play this year.
Yeah. I'm curious as I mean, my personal rankings, I would say Flacco number one, uh, Gabriel two, Pickett's three,
Oh, stop
and
it.
Shador's four.
Okay, no, no, no. Much as
I
I've
don't know.
dogged on him, no. It if anything, if anything, you could put Shadur at 3. Pickett, if you think about it the way I think about it, I will compromise for Pickett at 2 and Shadur at 3.
You think Gabriel's four?
Yes and no. Yes, because I have a wholehearted belief that he can't throw for throw or whatever. He's not as good as Shadur. But also I've seen more. I haven't watched as much from Gabriel, so I have a better grasp on Shadur's game, I guess. And also, back at the start of the year, you hear Deion's son is going to be coached by him, and then you gotta watch. You gotta
Mhm.
look into it.
Maybe I'm just biased to the Oregon boys. I love Oregon quarterbacks.
I mean, I'm a Celtics stan, so like, you know, and I'm a Duke guy through and
Yeah.
through. Um, oh, nobody's brought this up. Nobody's brought this up. Do you think that what conference Shador played any part in the fact that he fell?
Maybe
Big 12 is a lot different
it
than
is.
I'm pretty sure BYU. Let me check.
I don't necessarily think so.
Let's see. Big 12. All right, so yeah, big so this does connect. Okay, so there was another guy who played in the Big 12 who dominated because I believe it was the COVID year, but dominated and then got picked by the Jets and then decided to have relations with his mom's best friend. And I don't even remember where Zach Wilson plays now. Um,
Den- Denver, I believe.
so
Or
like
no, I think he's in Miami now.
interesting. So like I'm gonna go over to like Big Ten. I consider the Big Ten a little more scary than the Big 12, you know. But I don't know. I thought of that. Um, that's just kind of a thought of mine because really because at this point, everybody, you got to talk. You got to talk about all the reasons that it could be. Yeah,
Hmm.
because it's for one, people. It keeps the story going. We all like entertainment, so it keeps the story going. You keep it going for like another week now. It's
Hmm.
perfect. Plenty of content. Plenty of content.
Um, and so I think another team that's got a pretty interesting quarterback room is the Giants.
Yes, they do. Yes,
Um,
they do.
I think I don't know who they're planning on starting. My guess is they're going to start Wilson, but I don't know. You've
I
got
think.
Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, and Tommy DeVito.
Well, I think the Giants will improve this year, but I think for one, that's a QB. That's going to be the most positive QB room in the NFL.
Hmm.
That's gonna, especially in the winter, because Jameis Winston's gonna be
Yeah.
jumping, making snow angels, jingle bells. How's the wife and kids? All that.
Everyone wants Winston to start. I think that's what the fans want, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think so? Really?
I think Russell Wilson will end up starting.
Do you think? Sorry, I'm sharing this to Facebook. I want people to watch. uh, that's the beauty of live, everybody. You get that, you know, you hear about the people's wants and needs. I need people to watch. I also want people to watch. Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Giants did really good. Abdul Carter, really good.
Yeah.
But I think they're the running back there, Cam Scatabo, or however you say his last name.
Disagree pick.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to be really good.
Uh, what do you think about Jackson? What do you think about Jackson Dart?
I think he's good. I mean, kind of reminds me of Eli Manning.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that comparison.
Went to Old Miss and now he's a Giant.
He reminds me of Matthew Stafford,
Hmm.
which is why when the rumor came up that he was linked to the Rams, I loved that.
Hmm.
Yeah. If he could start, you never know.
He very might, well might. See, I don't think Russell Wilson's that good. Everyone says he had a good year with the Steelers last year. He really didn't.
You really don't think he's that good?
No,
Have you
Justin
ever?
Field, Justin Fields won the first 4 games
Oh,
for him.
well,
So
yeah.
take away those 4 games, he
I
didn't even have a positive season. I don't think.
You know, in like the 15 years that I've known you, I've never asked you if you actually think Russell Wilson is good. Oh, damn.
I think he was good,
You think he
but
was good?
ever since he went to Denver, I mean, I don't know. I think he's just old and kind of tired of it.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say washed up, man, because he's not.
Nah, I wouldn't say completely washed up. He's a mediocre quarterback, maybe a little less than mediocre, honestly.
Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So for a backup, he's mediocre. We'll say that. We'll say he's that veteran backup. Is he is he a bad backup?
No, he's a good backup.
He's a
That's
good
where he
backup.
belongs. Yeah.
All right. Do you think that he could be I'm thinking about like all the good backups. Like ones that when they stopped being a starter, they were just a backup. So Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't count. Um, Another Seahawk. Do you think he could be as solid as Hasselbeck?
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just your words, man. They're making me sad. They're making me sad. But that's okay. That's all right. I do see it, and I think that I don't know. I think Jameis is the better choice to be a second string, or to I don't know. The coach is going to play around with both of them, but like I would rather have the arm strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Russell Wilson really doesn't get out of the pocket much anymore.
No.
So yeah, I'd rather have the arm strength. Russell, we love you, but
Mm.
it's time to accept the second string.
Or third.
You know, speaking of a guy who should be a second or third string or sitting on his couch, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't
No,
he hasn't done anything yet.
I think the Steelers are waiting because they're really the only one that they don't really have a
For
QB
what?
for just to get him as cheap as possible.
I'm I am pulling it up. I'm pulling it up right now. Sorry everybody. This is actually connects right with what we were saying. I'm in a Discord group for fantasy football. Now it's just we're just talking about football. I am gonna Yeah, I'm live everybody. Um he had said that shout out Chris. Shout out Chris. Um he had mentioned that there's a plan in Pittsburgh that they
Okay.
are indeed going to get Rodgers for the sole reason of getting Tomlin fired.
Why would they want to fire Tomlin though?
I don't know, but it was something he brought up. It wasn't a it's that is definitely an Aaron Rodgers thing that he can do. He can definitely get a coach fired.
See, I think it's to the point where nobody would, even if Rodgers was like, "Yeah, fire Tomlin," no one's gonna fucking listen to him after all the shit that went down with New York and he got Sala fired. Like, I
Like
don't know.
really the only thing I don't believe with that is that you can you really fire a coach like that? At that point, it's like he's he's got tenure at that point, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've, as far as I can tell, Steelers fans love Tomlin.
He's my favorite coach.
He's up there,
I,
definitely top five for me.
I love Dan Campbell.
Gotta love
Um,
it.
I love the coach for I love the coach for my team, Commanders. He's great too. Um, but Tomlin's been my favorite coach for years. I can't stop the loyalty now.
Hmm. The Raiders.
every single team in the first round. Go away, spam call. Well, sorry. Let's see here. 26 picks. You could argue that like 15 of those teams screwed up by letting Malachi Starks fall to the Ravens. Did you say Raiders?
I said Raiders. Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
we can talk about the Ravens now, though.
No, let's talk about the Raiders first.
Raiders first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raiders first. Oh boy. Oh, I'm excited.
Mhm. I think that what they've done in the offseason with Campbell and Geno Smith, that's honestly, I think we're going to see the effects of that more than what they drafted. Although Genty, I think, will be a game changer.
I, Offensive Rookie of the Year
I
right
I
now.
wouldn't be shocked.
Calling it. Write it down. Say. Oh wait, these save to YouTube automatically.
Oh.
Go all the way. What's the date? It's the 27th of April, 2025. Go back. Go all the way back to this date when Offensive Rookie of the Year gets called. And this is the receipt right here. I'm calling it right now. That organization, Tom Brady and Pete Carroll,
Hmm.
man, that's a recipe for success for any player. And now you got the best running back in the draft.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely think he'll be right up there with like Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey and Barkley. Maybe not quite that high. Maybe he'll be like Bijan, but I think he'll definitely be a top 10 running back for sure.
This season?
Oh, yeah.
Right now?
Right now.
I'm sorry, but like what?
You don't think he'll be that impressive?
Uh um uh, I want to say yes, but that's just pure bias. I love Genty a lot. He was oh man. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, fine. Fine. I'll admit it. Yeah, I
Mm.
definitely think that he's going to be up there. Okay. So, who's going to be the best running back this year, this coming season then?
It's hard telling. In my opinion, right now, top three running backs are Shaquan, Derrick Henry, and if he stays healthy this year, Christian McCaffrey.
We all say Christian McCaffrey.
Hmm.
Uh, Christian McCaffrey's not even going to be in the top five.
I don't know about
It gets
that.
the people going, Blake. That's a thing that gets the people going.
All right.
I do but no, legitimately, I think he'll be fifth or beyond. I
Yeah.
hope he can stay healthy. I
Yeah,
really
that's
do. I don't think that the
for San Francisco's sake. Yes, I hope the fuck he stays healthy.
Jared's here. Hey, Jared. Yeah, that is an old YouTube profile. Holy crap. Jared, we're just talking about the draft a little bit because it was a good draft. It was a great draft. It was the best draft. It wasn't the best draft. It
And
was
now
damn
I'm
good though.
far.
So yeah, man. Yeah, Genty is going to be right up there. I think offensive rookie of the year. Do you think that? Do you think a take like that could happen?
I wouldn't be shocked. I think we need to see how Cam Ward does.
Hmm.
Um, Depending on how his season goes with Tennessee, I mean that's I wouldn't be surprised if it was a toss up between those two.
Can we just have? Can we just have it not be a quarterback? I would love that.
I mean, a lot of it depends too on like how many rook of these, how many people in this draft class are going to just start. Like, is Jackson Dart going to start for New York? Because if that's the case, then he might dominate.
Well, yeah, we could be totally wrong, and he could just take over in the preseason.
Who knows?
Um, Genty starts.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter starts. Cam Ward
Yes.
starts. Um, oh, and Jared says he would love it if Genty got Offensive Rookie of the Year because he wants to see the Jaguars play horribly this season. Travis Hunter's definitely going to be up there in contention for that award. That's for sure.
I think so. Yeah. As long as he can
Yeah.
stay healthy. That's what I'm most nervous for about Travis Hunter is that he just is going to get
You
injured.
think he's going to get injured?
He's just, dude, you're talking like double the work. Think about that. I mean,
You know who else did double the
that's,
work?
yeah, I know, but
Prime time did double the work.
yeah, I know, but still,
Hits a home run and plays an NFL game.
yeah,
Um, that is double the work.
not just like the physical practice or workouts. I'm talking the the offensive team meetings and the defensive team meeting. Like he's got to sit through twice as many meetings as every other NFL player.
I mean,
Like that's a lot, dude.
it is a
That's a
lot,
lot.
but in turn, I think
It's playbooks. That's watching tape twice as much as everyone else.
it. Yeah, but dude, in turn, that could be dedication on the level of Andrew Luck.
Yeah, it might be, but I'm just afraid he's getting that. That's my only fear, and of why he wouldn't succeed
Well, a team's
is
not
he
going to be
just gets
stupid.
burnt out.
You know, he did say, and he's serious, that he's not going to play if he can't play both. But I think it's not crazy for a team to say, okay, well, you're going to play probably half the snaps you played in college. If you're going to play both, you got
Yeah.
to play half the snaps you played in college, or you got to choose one more so than the other.
Mhm. All right, the Ravens.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good. Jared brought up a really good point before we
Mhm.
move on to the Ravens. So, oh, he hates the Ravens. You stole Emory Jones. But he said if Shadur Gabriel work out, they trade um wait a minute. Give the Browns the number 1 pick. Browns make playoffs. Jaguars worst team in the league. We get the number 1 overall pick next year. If Shadur or Gabriel work out, we trade out the number 1 pick for a haul, especially if Arch Manning is available. If neither works out, Manning is available, we draft him. I could see it.
Mhm.
I could see one of them being trade fodder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean they've
uh,
got so many. You know they're going to eventually trade one or two of them.
it's certainly not going to be Flacco,
Well,
unless
he's going to end up retiring in a year or two as well. I'm sure.
the couch. He hated that couch.
I'm sure he did.
I wonder when he actually hangs it up if he's going to get a new couch.
He might.
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
Ravens.
They did good. They did real good.
Yeah, a lot of teams messed up.
Mm. They needed a safety. Anyone in their secondary,
Yeah.
I would have been happy with, and they got their first pick was safety. So
Yep.
Malachi Starks out of Georgia,
And
good
what were
choice.
the other what were teams thinking who needed let's see. Can I really dog on the Broncos for getting Barron? Maybe I can't. What were other teams thinking that needed like a safety or maybe even needed someone on the edge or something and they saw that Stark was available. Why didn't they take him?
I don't know.
And even though he's on the offense, why in the world are people letting Josh Simmons fall
Mm.
to the Chiefs?
Yeah.
But yes, the Ravens, absolutely, absolutely amazing, man.
Hmm. Their second pick, Mike
Yeah.
Green, played for Marshall. He had a really good season. I think he's going to be good.
What pick was that?
That was
50,
58,
59.
59.
59. Are we talking the Ravens still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, Mike Green. Um, where did they have another? Oh, they didn't have another second round pick. Why did I think they did?
And then I think
I
their third pick was an offensive lineman. I can't remember what his name was, but
let's see. Yeah, Emory Jones Jr. at LSU.
yes, yeah, that's
Also
what.
another great pick.
Hmm.
Here's something because I'm happen to be on the third round page from the draft tracker. The pick right after him to the Seahawks, Jalen Milrow.
Yeah, I
Is he gonna start?
no, they're gonna start Darnold
You think so?
all day.
Do you think he could take the starting job
If
with
they,
a preseason performance?
I no,
No.
unless Sam Darnold comes out like 0-6, I do not think that they will start him. I think he's a good
Well,
quarterback.
I mean, we do have to think, and I'm gonna look before I eat my words. We do have to think of. Did they even have a first round pick? Did the Seahawks not have a first round pick?
I'm not sure.
I'm
I
not
don't think I want to say they
seeing
traded it
it.
away, but
Round two. The big problem with them is the offensive line.
mhm.
So if they really didn't pick many people, tight end. Oh, geez. Yeah, is Sam Darnold gonna last the entire year?
We'll find out.
uh, who else did good? I mean, I suppose the Titans did good.
Mm.
Yeah, the Titans did pretty good. Cam Ward, is he gonna be? Oh, hey, thank you, Jared. Perfect. Um, Seahawks round one was Gray Zabel.
What's he play?
I don't know. Not versed on all college teams. I don't know. Oh, okay. Here we go. He's a guard. So
Okay.
they covered what they need in the first round. That's good.
Hmm.
All right. Do we move on from the draft? I mean Cam Ward. Please don't mess it up, Titans. He's really good.
Mm.
Yeah, don't handle it like you handled Will Levis, who wasn't. He was nowhere near as good as Cam Ward, but had promise at least.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of a Jameis Winston guy. Like he's gonna just take that chance.
Cam Ward?
No, 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 no. Will Levis.
Oh,
No, Cam Ward. No, I think he's fucking awesome. But Will Levis just kind of reminds me of this. The I don't know. The interception to touchdown ratio is gonna be the same with both of them. I think. Like,
well, I mean, no matter, he's not going to start, so
yeah, no.
yeah.
Cam Ward. We'll see what you got.
Um, is there anybody else you really want to talk about for in the draft?
No, I mean the Patriots. They're that lineman that they drafted
Oh yeah, they
is a
dra
monster.
they drafted well. Actually, it was weird to see. I'm sure the Bears ended up thinking that Loveland was a better fit, but it was crazy to see Tyler Warren be
Hmm.
the second tight end off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of it. I will say, for people who don't know about the Mr. Irrelevant pick, the description is fantastic. Um, Kobe Minor. The well-traveled miner is almost too on the nose for a Mr. Irrelevant selection. He never had a college pick, but tested pretty well at his pro day. That is that is
Nice.
perfect.
Hmm.
Do we want to touch on basketball at all before we wrap it up?
Um, it's kind of going exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't like that the Celtics lost one game. I really thought that was going to be the sweep.
yeah, that's really too bad.
I thought that Memphis would have at least win one, but they did not.
What do you think about Joe Mazzulla?
See, I fucking love him, dude.
I love it too.
I'm so glad that he told that trainer, don't go out there. Because
Yeah, I told.
this is
Yeah,
like I am becoming more of a hockey fan than a basketball fan, specifically for this kind of shit. I'm so
we're not saying soft. It's a term that
it's
doesn't mean
just
anything anymore.
over dramatic then, let's
Okay,
say.
there we go.
Like, okay, you're in pain.
I
If I get hurt, I'm on the court or the field, first thing I'm going to do is get up and get off the court. I am not going to fucking sit there and roll around and wince and cry.
All right, well, I do have a I do
I'm
have
so sick of it.
I do have a retort about that. It channel how about them Celtics? Shout out the How about them Celtics. They showed a picture of what Tatum's wrist looks like.
Yeah, I'm sure it was painful.
And
Get up,
and
get on the court, and then
it's
see the like.
been diagnosed as a severe bone bruise. I'm pretty sure that you've had a bone bruise. I've had one. They're painful. And if it's on your shooting hand, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
However, he doesn't need to shoot for them to win.
No.
Not at all. Jaylen Brown's reaction to his dislocated finger was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I got 9 other ones. I think they'll be okay. um, do you think are you Porzingis getting all bloody? That was funny.
It's a
Uh,
baller move, and I
yeah,
like what Mazzulla said about that. He's like, I
yeah,
like seeing my players bleed.
yeah.
Me too, dude.
He's Popovich 2.0. He really is, man. Is Are the injuries a concern at this point?
Ah,
No, you don't think so?
nope. I think the Celtics' bench is good enough to beat a lot of teams.
Yeah, I agree. Fast PP.
I really do.
I mean, fast PP. You give him the green light, and he's gonna fire.
Yeah.
And if you let him, he'll have 30-point
Hmm.
game. And Derek White
Absolutely.
is just gonna continue to
Dude, I
dominate.
mean, there's just so much to the Celtics that, I mean, as long as we have at least Tatum or Brown, we can go all the way. I'd love to have them both because it'd be easier and I'd feel more comfortable having, honestly, the big three, all three of them. But
All
yeah,
right. Well, then what about out west with these
that's,
guys, right?
oh God.
Right here. Los Angeles Lakers.
Um, I mean, tonight feels like a game five kind of situation, doesn't it?
Every single game has felt like a game 5.
Hmm.
Um,
Celtics are up 2-1, right?
yeah.
I mean, not Celtics.
Sorry, yes, um
The
the
Lakers.
Wolves. Or
I mean, yeah. Jesus
yeah, the
Christ.
Wolves.
I'm
The Wolves
fucking
are up.
confused.
Yeah, no, the Wolves are up 2 games to 1.
Yes.
Game 4. I think that this is the last chance. I'd love to say that
Or
that I'm saying it for shock value and that my take oh it's a hot take. It's actually a depressing take. I think this is it.
for LeBron or
No, for the
for the
Lakers, I think that
Wolves.
this is the last chance to get to pull a win in this series
Yeah.
because no matter meaning they're not if they don't win tonight, they're not walking out of the series. They're not
No.
advancing to the next round. It
Mhm.
could go 7, but they will still lose.
Yeah.
They did really well in the game they won.
Hmm.
JJ Redick showed he was a good coach. Just continue to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't like Anthony Edwards anymore.
No, stop.
No, no, that guy's got no class. No class.
He's a baller. That's what he'll always be.
Oh,
Just a
he's
straight
got
up
no
baller.
class. I do think that we should wrap it up because my internet is starting to have a bad time. Yeah, the stream is starting to really lag a little bit. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You can see my little purple stuff that I got on my screen. That's funny. Uh, all right, everybody. I think this was a good first stream.
Mm.
Next one, everybody, we'll try to do it, wrap it up a little quicker. Then
Well, we'll probably only have a little basketball to talk about. We won't have any much football to talk about for a while now, sadly. Unless there's some big blockbuster trades, but
yeah, I don't know. You know what I just noticed?
hmm.
I had my desktop audio on this entire time, and I think that it's probably gonna come out as double sound.
Uh-oh.
Oh well, that's fine. That's fine. That's what this is, everybody. Well, learn as you go. And no, no, we're gonna have not just one sport to talk about. It's gonna be two sports.
We got hockey.
No. Well, yes, but no. We got baseball.
Ah, God.
You're just mad because I'm 4-0 and about to be 5-0 in fantasy baseball.
I can't keep up with all the pitchers that I need to fucking pick up every day.
Oh, dude, I have a trick for you.
Hmm.
Legitimately, this is the trick. All right, so you get like three starting pitchers.
Hmm.
I was doing it with two. I was doing it with two, and then I switched it up last week on how I did it. Relief pitchers, man. I have Suarez and Munoz? No, that's not how you pronounce his name. But I have those two guys, and they're ranked number one and two for closers.
So how do you know though that they're gonna be the relief pitcher that night?
You look at all the games they've played,
Hmm.
and then you look at like their saves, and it's like, hey, they play like every night. So then you've got a little bit of pitching every night.
Hmm. Well, so I pretty much try to get at least four starting pitchers that are playing that day in the morning, which you can only do like I think you get 12 or something like that.
You do get 12, and I screwed up this week
Hmm.
against you. I was like, oh, I'll wait until 10 at night, and then I'll like just add pitchers right away.
Yeah.
And well, I reached the max. Whoops. Um, but like I'm gonna end up keeping, like I can't drop Zach Wheeler. It won't let me. I
Hmm.
don't really want to drop him anyways. But I'm gonna end up keeping. I'm gonna drop either Harold Green or Hunter Brown, and then I'm
Hmm.
gonna have a three starting pitcher rotation of Max Fried, Zach Wheeler, and one of those two guys.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna have like three or four relief pitchers.
Yeah. See, I'm not set on any pitchers that I have except for Yamamoto. He's the only one I'm not going to drop or trade or switch.
Oh, and also you got to remember that I also have Shohei, so it's like
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
cheating.
exactly
So.
need to have. I don't think he's going to pitch this year, dude.
That's right.
I don't think he's going to pitch this year. And honestly, he hasn't been as good this year as he was last year.
Mhm. I feel like my lineup is pretty solid. I got Vladimir Guerrero, Bryce Harper, and
Let's see.
Bogart, Xander Bogarts.
I got the Oh, jeez, look out, everybody. I'm about to be a smartass. I got the first ranked catcher. I got the first ranked first base. uh, I will say, like, Pete Alonso was the best. Hey, if anybody else has Pete Alonso, good pick. He's the hottest batter in baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's damn dude. He's batting a three .33
Damn, that's pretty good.
and 16 runs, only six homers, but he's got 26 RBIs on the year.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna like baseball.
Um,
We're getting
I'm,
there.
I'm
We're
sick of
getting
talking
there.
about it already. Let's wrap
Oh,
this
whatever. We're
up.
wrapping it up. All right, everybody. That was an awesome stream. Probably catch me streaming some video games coming up. Um, maybe hockey, but also I got Grand Theft Auto going on. Oh yeah, I could just stream Grand Theft Auto Story and just screw around for a half hour. Who knows? All right. Good night, everybody.